Welcome back to the Artie Lange Show. The great Darrell Hammond's here. And, we were talking during the break a little bit. Did you ever have someone get mad at you, a celebrity you did an impression of, or have an argument or a phone conversation?
I mean, not so as you could tell.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like we were just talking off the air, Costas used to, I mean, it was a running gag. It still kind of is.
That he got mad. Yeah,
no, I couldn't do him.
Oh, you couldn't do him. So it's a rare thing you couldn't do.
Yeah, I mean, when I met him, he came up to me and said, "You've got the great couple. You've got the great Clinton. You've got the great Gore.
That's good enough.
But you can't do me." And I was
now,
like,
would Lauren tell you, like, no, I bet you can do him. Please
I mean,
keep trying.
I did him pretty well once.
You just did him great there. That's as good as I've heard. You don't hear people do Costas.
Yeah, I mean, well, his speech is perfect. It's not easy to do a guy with perfect speech.
That's true, yeah.
You know what I mean? But no, he used to really, but I mean, I used to wonder, I mean, do these guys like hate me?
Sometimes it's flattering, though. I mean, a lot of the time, unless it depends how you do it, I guess. But
I tried, but I mean, they all couldn't have liked me.
Right. Well, but Costa seems to be overly sensitive. I said something a bit about him on Howard that I actually thought was a compliment, and he got mad. He got mad at me, and I heard he was pissed off at me. I just said that. Do you remember his old interview show, One-on-One?
Of course.
I thought that was brilliant.
It was brilliant.
And I made the point of saying I think he's better at that than he is at announcing baseball games, and he holds that so dear that he got mad that I think he said,
that's a matter of taste. That's like I like Diet Coke instead of Diet Pepsi. It's just
I use that analogy saying he was to show how much I loved his interview.
How great it was.
Yeah, his interviewing skills. But sometimes people you could tell some people might not have a sense of humor.
But then you said he wrote a letter to you.
Well, he wrote. Someone in his camp wrote something that I got at the Stern Show. Yeah,
that's unbelievable.
Wow. He was mad. What about? You ever meet Sean Connery about that?
No. I mean, I feel I'm probably way beneath him. Like he probably couldn't be bothered to. He
knows about it.
Well,
that was such a famous sketch.
I heard on SNL he said something very nice.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it was. I mean, he's got to admit it's a perfect impression.
I would love to have met him.
Right.
That was actually a cartoon, though.
Yeah.
That's one of those ones where we started out accurately, but then as we got into it, it made more sense and became funnier to caricature it.
Yeah, no. Mm-hmm. And Norm as Burt Reynolds was the same kind of thing, too. Like, you two standing next to each other in that sketch. That's funny stuff, man.
I mean, originally it was like it was like really trying to be accurate, but then we turned it into, blew it up a little bit.
Right around that time, I was opening for Norm on the road doing stand-up in the late 90s, when that sketch was as huge as it was. And they would yell out, "Do Burt Reynolds," and Norman always go, "I can't do it without the mustache, man."
Oh, come on.
That's what he kept saying. Without the mustache and the gum, I can't do it.
That's actually a good impression.
But, no, those sketches were pretty incredible.
Do we want to talk anything about sports?
Yeah, sure. I mean, what?
I'm waiting.
What's on your mind about sports? You see, first of all, you see this stuff about football. If you use the N-word, you get a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah.
I mean, football's getting crazy with the political correctness.
But who? That one's kind of science. It's almost science fiction.
It is odd.
Like if you're gonna make a joke about political correctness,
right? Yeah.
I don't. Can you help me with that? Is that real?
No, it's a real thing.
So if someone says that on the field,
it's a 15-yard penalty.
But
I don't.
It seems so contrived. You're right. It seems contrived. If a comic did that and it wasn't true, you go, "Oh, you're just making that up." But it's a true thing.
And who came up with this?
Well, I think, the guy in the Eagles...
Tell me, this guy knows and he doesn't want to say.
Listen, Incognito just had that thing with the Dolphins.
The competition committee. Well,
that came out.
I think
and Riley Cooper on the Eagles said it.
Yeah. It's a result of that. It's Goodell sitting in his office making $40 million a year saying we need to do something to save a little face, make ourselves look better in the
But what about other racial slurs? Like the joke would be like, "Is Guinea only 10 yards?" I mean, like, what about that?
What if two guys someone makes a great catch and, hey, you know what? They pat him on the back and they say it.
Yeah.
Well, it's mostly black athletes who use it.
And they're both African American.
Right.
And then you get a flag. I mean, I'd be upset.
I would be too.
Well, I mean, that ain't none of your business.
I'm assuming only the black guys would be getting the flag.
Hello,
because
or
if
even
you're a white guy,
you don't be
and
saying
you
that.
say that.
Yeah.
I mean, if you get that flag thrown as a white guy, forget about your
What about
career,
the-
right?
well,
Forget that's in your black book, and everyone's saying, "Man, we
Unless
don't
you're
want
great.
that guy."
Unless you're great. Unless you're great.
I mean, you will absolutely get these guys shunned by the league with a penalty.
But in the
flag.
old days, maybe they just got their ass kicked on the field.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's
It's horrendous. It's a horrendous rule. I don't think it's gonna. I think it needs amended. But what about New Orleans? Darren Sproles is going to get cut.
Why?
Because
what happened?
they need. Well, they're saying he's going to make $3.4 million with a $100,000 workout bonus. They need money under the cap because they want to sign their guy.
And I haven't heard
tight
this.
end Jimmy. What's that?
Jimmy Graham.
Yeah.
I haven't heard this yet. This is
This is new.
And how
this
old
was just
is he?
today?
Sproles?
30.
I thought he was younger than that. I thought maybe around. I thought he was about 27.
No,
but imagine
he was-
Sproles, great player like that, $3 million, and Roger Goodell just came out makes $40 million.
Yeah.
And what he does?
He's the commissioner.
What?
And $3.4 million is a lot now for a running
Yeah.
back in the league.
But still, he's a
so
great,
devalued.
great running back. $40 million.
Well,
The disparity there is insane.
and realize Goodell sets his own salary.
That's a good. Well, good.
Yeah,
he said a good one.
I'm surprised more was not made of that because that's pretty. I don't know.
People are giving Flacco
Inflated.
crap. It's double that.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always felt bad for running backs. It seems like when they get up around 30, 31, 32,
Forget about it.
people start going, hey.
But Sproles, I didn't feel like Sproles was
You're
on the
over the hill.
decline.
Terrific.
But if they want to sign Jimmy Graham, who they've slapped with the franchise tag, they're saying that they want to treat him as a tight end. Which means that the number, the franchise number, means the average of the top 5 at your position salaries in the NFL.
But he's going to get wide receiver money.
He wants wide receiver
Sounds
money,
like it.
so he's filed a grievance with the NFL.
Great.
I want to say the difference would be about $5 million. I'm not sure exactly.
Wide receivers make a lot of money, man.
They make a lot more than
But
tight
they
ends
should.
do.
It's a dangerous job, and you're great, man.
The thing that's interesting is when they went back and examined where he's lined up this past season, it was something like 76 or 67%, somewhere around 70% of the time he was in the slot or out wide at the snap.
So he's like that's
that's wide
his
receiver.
Contribution. He's
And the franchise tag, the definition is the position that you play most.
We got to take a break again. I hate these commercials, but we got to do them. Got to make some money. Back with Darrell Hammond after. To the Artie Lange Show, here with Darrell Hammond. What do you got coming up? You doing anything stand-up wise you want to talk about, or you just said you're at the Mohegan Sun?
I might do Caroline's, but I'm waiting to hear.
Yeah.
And if I do, can I come on and jump through some hoops?
Hey, dude, you come on anytime. Got an open invite here.
Can I text Mr. One-Man Texter Dan?
Dan's the man.
Dan is the boy.
Yeah, absolutely. Come on.
Mr. Efficiency.
Come on anytime.
Okay.
Now you said you just did the Mohegan Sun. Do you like doing bigger rooms like that for stand-up? Or do you like? I mean, what do you like? doing?
I didn't realize it was going to be such a big room, or I would
That's
have done
like
it.
a 4,000 seater.
It's a huge
I've
place.
done that before. Yeah.
I didn't think I was going to sell well. I mean, I didn't have the
You
confidence.
sold it out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's huge,
Wow.
man. Yeah. It's a lot of
That's
seats.
great.
It's a lot of seats.
Oh boy, what a nice place too, that Mohegan
They
Sun.
take care of you. That's one of those places they really.
It's too bad I'm
Foxwoods is
not-
nice too, though.
I mean, I was like thinking, I really wish I was doing coke and and drinking champagne.
That's one of those places like you
Well,
feel
this
like
is where I would want to do it.
middle of Connecticut. You feel like you're in Vegas.
Yeah.
So does
well,
that kind of boost your? I mean, do you move forward from there and say, well, now I can book these places that are?
No.
Well, he's been doing
5,000
stuff like
seats.
that forever, though. Darrell.
I don't care one way or another. I mean, I do it because they're fun. They treat me well.
Well, you said that you didn't expect that it would sell that well.
He's being
now,
humble.
Now you got to realize. I mean, you can go for
Yeah,
the
but
throat
it's
here.
still all about Clinton. It's not.
They
it
still
doesn't
want that.
matter. It's not
They
like.
still want that.
And now I'm going to reach my potential as a stand-up. My real life's about to begin.
Well, some things
the
you gotta-
real me is just waiting to come out.
But you're lucky in the sense you have that talent on the side. You know, some things you can say, look, it's just for money, and other things in other areas, like what you're trying to do with the book, is great. It's a a great thing to do.
Well, yes, I have raised a lot of money in the last 3 weeks. That's mainly what I do.
I can't wait to see that, man.
In Florida, I raised enough money for a place, or I didn't. We did. I performed.
Right.
We sold tickets.
Yeah.
and they made enough money for a child abuse center to stay open for a year.
Oh, good for you.
And then in Dallas, we made 3 times the amount of money. But I had to eat at a gas station, like you.
Did you get the pistachios?
I mean, have you ever read the ingredients on gas station food?
No, it's bad.
It's like
You can get sushi at some of the places.
beans, flour, rifle cleaner. I mean, like when I woke up like at 4 a.m. going, "Oh my God, I'm toxic."
Rifle cleaner.
I'll just go for pistachio nuts and water.
Listen,
whatever.
Darrell, this is one of those rare times that we got to say goodbye to you.
Okay. Cool, man.
Dude, thank you. Come back anytime. So good luck with everything and the book stuff and the great Darrell Hammond, man.
Thanks, guys.
The Artie Lange Show, weeknights on Audience, only on DirecTV.